Welcome to Susie's Enchanted Crossroads, a podcast that helps you navigate your journey through the crossroads. I'm Susie, and together we will be taking a deeper look into witchcraft and spirituality. So settle in, and let's get this episode going. Hello, gorgeous soul. Welcome back. As I'm recording this, it is September 13th, 2025, and it just so happens to be Supernatural's 20-year anniversary. Now, I am all about Supernatural, a million thousand percent. I got into this fandom very late, and by very late, I mean as of last year. Uh, and I will break this down. I don't know where this episode's gonna go. I know I have my Supernatural Tarot deck and I have my Supernatural Oracle deck. If you catch this in real time, because I'm gonna drop it today on a Saturday, uh, hit me up for a reading. I'm literally dropping dirt cheap tarot readings because I'm so damn excited. Um, I even have my super huge, just iced coffee ready to go. So let's get into it. If you don't know what Supernatural is, Supernatural is an American television series that follows two very handsome, very tall, very talented brothers, Sam and Dean Winchester. So these brothers travel across America in a 1967 Chevy Impala. And basically, they investigate and go and they combat a bunch of paranormal events and otherwise unexplained occurrences. And a lot of them are rooted in American urban legends and folklore. And, you have your classics, the werewolves, the vampires, ghosts. And then we learn about more demons, angels. The the big thing that you'll always hear was supernatural, saving people, hunting things, the family business. So basically, these two, along with other hunters, right? As we learn as the series goes on, which this series went on for 15 seasons. This show went on for 15 seasons. And don't think like, oh, 7 episodes per season. No, except for one season due to the writer's strike. It was about what, 20 to 22 episodes per season, y'all. That's huge. You will not see that now in 2025. It is so rare to see that. And I'm new to this since last year because I didn't really know about it. And if you've caught me with a previous podcast that I co-hosted with a friend of mine, I remember she brought up Supernatural. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen it. And I don't know if I want to see it because once I'm committed, I'm going to commit. And 15 seasons is hefty. And I didn't. I couldn't pull the trigger on that Winchester gun. I couldn't pull the trigger until something happened. So picture it. It's 2023, December, right before Christmas. I am so sick. I am dog sick. I am so sick that Christmas had to be canceled. My family left us our Christmas gifts at my door in the front, and me giving them their Christmas gifts, I was like spraying Lysol on them. I'm not even kidding. And I didn't have COVID. I tested, okay? I didn't have COVID. I didn't know what it was. I didn't get tested for the flu, I don't think. Or maybe I did and I didn't have the flu. I couldn't really put my finger on it because I was like, why the hell am I so sick? Now, sometimes I tended to get sick as soon as break hit because I was able to relax my nervous system, which is why I am so into Reiki and why it is so important for you to not push yourself to the brink of burnout, or you do burn out and then you're crashing out and then you're just sick and the universe says, "All right, that's enough. We're stepping in." And I was just so sick. So Christmas was canceled, and that New Year's we had our boys, and the plan was to go visit their grandparents, my in-laws. I was barely getting better, like barely. And I was worried that if I were to travel so soon and it was cold, where we were traveling to, I would get sick again. And I did not want to be sick on the road. And I did not want to be spreading my illness to anybody else. So I told my husband, you know what? Just take the boys, go visit your parents. They hadn't seen their grandparents in a while. So reluctantly, he did. He didn't want to leave me by myself. And I'm fine. I'm more than fine. I'll be okay. How sad, huh? Ending 2023 with a bang. Christmas canceled and bringing in the New Year's by myself. Well, with my pooch and my parrot. So I was like, you know what? I never get a chance to binge watch anything, so let's do it. I binge watched Lucifer first. So if you haven't seen it, maybe, I don't know, skip ahead a minute. So I didn't know what Lucifer was about. It is fucking, what a phenomenal show, first of all. But towards the end, I couldn't believe that last season or those episodes tore me to fucking pieces, and I was bawling my eyes out, like literally bawling my eyes out with this show. So I was like, oh my God, I need another show to like make me laugh and lift up my spirits. And at that point, welcome back if you had to skip a minute. I mean, I didn't give too many spoilers, but uh I was like, okay, I was teetering back and forth. Do I start Supernatural? I could totally start it. I mean, let's just whatever. Um, and I was like, no, let's do something short and sweet. And I binge watched Schitt's Creek. Fucking hilarious. Oh my gosh, the best thing I could have watched. So at any rate, I was like, all right, after this, I'll start Supernatural. So I'm better. It's back to work, back to the grind, as they say. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. I pushed play. I heard that opening line that I kept seeing everywhere. Dad's gone on a hunting trip. He hasn't been back in a few days. And I'm just like, and boom, I was hooked. Hook, line, sinker, you guys. And I'm just like, what a phenomenal show. Phenomenal show. Then I start going down those rabbit holes, watching those episodes, um, then catching the fandom. When they say SPN family, they truly mean it. Truly mean it. All of these amazing fans, family. All of these actors, family, phenomenal. Like I I think that's another reason why I also just love the characters so much. I mean, they're easy on the eyes. I don't have to tell you twice. You can just Google it, but their personalities, they're not divas. They do humanitarian work. Just amazing group of people. They just look so down to earth. And from Supernatural, the series was created. Season one premiered September 13th, 2005. We're recording September 13th, 2025, 20-year anniversary. And it was created by Eric Kripke. And the final episode of season 15 was on November 19th, 2020. I remember watching the last season and a few episodes, and everyone has what they want to say about how it ended, but it was tugged on my heartstrings because they couldn't fully enjoy it because COVID hit. Isn't that wild? There was a spin-off prequel to the television show called The Winchesters, which I already saw, and I enjoyed it. I know some people were not huge fans and they had a lot to say, but I feel like people have a lot to say because it's not the original, and everybody loves to critique. Other than that, I thought it was great. From there, I started watching The Boys. That show is freaking hilarious. Raunchy. It is like literally my cup of tea. And Jensen Ackles, who plays Dean Winchester, he is also part of The Boys. And then you see Rob Benedict. Actually, a lot of people from Supernatural make their little debuts and are in this show because it is also by Eric Kripke. So in Supernatural, what really got me, especially as I was starting this podcast, first, let me tell you, I binge watched it and finished it by my birthday in August. So I really started like end of February for sure in March because I had spring break and started in March, ended by August 31st. And when I tell you hook, line, sinker, finished binge watching the show, found out there was a podcast, which, if you have been following along, I interviewed the Mr. Steve Hine about his project for the Supernatural Then and Now podcast and Seek Anomaly. Amazing interview. Go back and re-listen or listen. The man is a genius. I love his projects. They're so beautiful. Everything he does is just not only with love and intention, but he puts a lot of effort and research into it. So a must listen. When when I really dove deep into this and I binge listened the Supernatural Then and Now podcast, and other people have rewatch podcasts. It's so amazing how the fandom just comes together. And when it's what really hit me and really strike that little, ooh, I like this is obviously you listen to this podcast, it's very spiritual, it's very witchy. What they do is, they're hunters. So on some aspects, it's like, ooh, how are we viewing this? But it's even them learning about the supernatural as they learn and get older and look at more of things to come. I mean, Castiel is an angel. We have Crowley, a demon. And then we bring in Metatron and prophets, and then we have like different deities that come in, and death and the four horsemen. We have, things like shapeshifters, and of course the classics, vampires, werewolves. And as Supernatural began, you had like what was called the monster of, I guess, the show or the day. And one thing that struck me is the Lady in White, which was, to our folklore, at least here, La Llorona. And oh man, it just hooked me. The Wendigos, the shapeshifters, everything that kind of goes bump in the night, they're protecting us from, saving the world, literally. And I love how they spun it where angels are not, oh, angelic, and they're just so sweet and they're here for our protection. No, they're like angels are dicks, man. Like, because they're soldiers and they have been so disconnected from Earth and humans that they just always did as they were told. And then you have Chuck come in. I hope you don't mind any little spoilers that might drop here, but you can pause it or not. But you have Chuck Shirley making his debut, and then later on we see him as God and Lucifer, and these brothers with Michael and Gabriel. They all have this like family drama, which is like that every family has. And I feel like that is just what makes the show work. That and all of these actors, they are truly like a family. They do humanitarian work. They seem very down to earth. And it really does feel, this fandom really, really does feel like a family. I am going to my first supernatural convention this year. and it just happened to fall literally on my lap. So last year around November, December, my husband and I were already planning a trip. And we already had it all planned out. I really wanted to go to Salem and kind of see, what it was like. And I don't know what I was doing, probably on TikTok. I don't know. But I heard someone talking about, because I was already looking at conventions, and I thought maybe they weren't doing them anymore. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, they're redoing the conventions. You should go." And I'm just like, "Shut the front door." And so I remember clearly I was laying in bed and I was just scrolling, and I was like, "All right, let's see creation." Went on the website, scrolled, and as the universe would have it, it the date and the place aligned so damn perfect with our trip. I booked it. So I just thought, oh my gosh, this is too good to be true. I mean, at this point, just do the damn thing, right? Oh, duh. So I did it. I booked it. I am so excited. I cannot wait until the time comes to go. And honestly, I mean, I'm so excited to see the actors, right? I'm sure I'm gonna get, I don't know. I hope I don't freeze. Um, but to meet the people, the fans, I feel like that's exactly what I'm going for. Like to be a part of this, to be a part of the fandom, to be a part of all of the fun, the adventure, the music, the vendors, people that put everything into this because it is so fun. And I've always wanted to go to like a big Comic-Con and listen to panels. It's just a jam, just get in there, listen to them talk, listen to the stories. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy listening to the Supernatural Then and Now podcast because it is from the perspective of the people that made it. Yeah, it obviously wouldn't be anything with the actors and the writers and directors, but everything else that gets done behind the scenes is amazing. Amazing. And things where it makes me stop and think like, yeah, my goodness, I do remember Dad's journal. And you don't think of it at the time, but as they zoomed in, like it has to have those pages and that writing, especially nowadays, as you can pause, zoom in even more and high def and really see all the intricacies. Everything that they did with intention was a chef's kiss amazing. The storylines were amazing. I mean, people are like, they're not all winners. Yeah, some of them, but at the end of the day, the way that it was directed and filmed, I mean, wow. As a performer, as a dancer, I know that we always treated our stage people like they are part of our show. They make the show, lighting, sound, set, like everything. You wouldn't be able to get lost in the story if it weren't for them. So all of that just really, it just makes me love it so much more. So that's my spin on Supernatural. I would hands down start it if you haven't started it. I love the stories. I love the first couple of seasons where it's like the monster of the week, monster of that episode. And then they started going into deeper storylines that really that lasted the entire season or so, and you start to learn a little bit. Me, just the way that I am, they talk about Lilith, and it's like, fuck yeah, talk about Lilith and Eve. And let's dive a little bit deeper instead of just like what maybe you've only heard or what you think like from, your religious standpoint or not. But this is truly like just looking at it at a deeper level and a deeper or a different perspective, even. So that's what I truly, truly enjoy from watching Supernatural. and listening to fans ask questions and the way that they answer. Like I said, everyone just looks so kind-hearted. I already know that I'm just gonna love it. I cannot wait to meet Sam and Dean, to meet Crowley, oh my gosh, meet um Rowena and just see all the other actors and Castiel, just honestly, like as more and more as I got into the later seasons, the way that they hug, I just know one of those hugs would destroy me and heal me all at the same time. I can't describe it. It just looks so sincere and it looks so endearing. And some of those episodes, you could obviously they ad-lib and they go off on their own a little bit off script, and you can really see the points like to make them get to a certain point, to feel that despair of maybe losing your brother, because 15 seasons, yeah, those you become family literally. All right, I have my supernatural tarot deck and I have my supernatural oracle deck. As I was shuffling, the moon came out, and I need to check because I don't know if I'm sure this is the trickster, um, with Richard Spade Jr. Oh my gosh, I love his character, but he plays different characters as if you watch it, if you know, you know, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But he plays different roles and different characters, and then you kind of understand why he has to do so later on in the season. But I don't know if he's a trickster here or if he's Gabriel or if he's not Lucifer. Oh my gosh, I know you're yelling at me if you follow the fandom. Loki. But basically, he is the trickster. So this is the illusion, right, of the moon, not really seeing things within that the moon's light, right? So sometimes the shadows can play tricks on you. This could also mean, having that in the back of your head, something isn't always what it seems. Like there's things here that there's more than meets the eye here. So let's pull some cards from my supernatural deck. Let's see what is the message for us today on the 20th anniversary of Supernatural. Okay, so we have the King of Pentagrams, which is Crowley, Justice with Sheriff Donna, and the Ten of Cups. And then from my oracle, we got the darkness and Sam Winchester. So basically, we have the King of Pentacles or pentagrams in this deck. It's Crowley is freaking amazing. He climbs that ladder to be Lucifer, the king of hell, basically. And I always laugh when Abaddon was like, "Oh, that salesman is running hell," and but you know what? Yes, he's a power hungry demon, but he's always game for a deal. And the King of Pentacles, honestly, is very savvy and they find that lasting security, that to be grounded. And this is a long-term impact on your decisions around wealth, health, family, your legacy, which is exactly what Crowley is doing, right? He's setting himself up for future success. Always out for himself, yeah, but we'll see that in a King of Pentacles reversed. With the Justice card, Sheriff Donna's so sweet, fair. You kind of see her almost like, oh, someone will just walk all over her, but she is so strong, but she is fair. And to see her as the Justice card is amazing because she always seeks that balance. When she learns about monsters and everything about supernatural, what Sam and Dean does, she becomes a hunter learning under Jody Mills. So this justice card is just checking in basically with your own moral compass as you are what is important as far as your values, especially after your successes with the King of Pentacles. Because when we can get all of that situated, we have the Ten of Cups, which is literally rejoicing, happiness, fulfillment with the Ten of Goblets in this tarot deck of Supernatural. It's happiness, it's harmony. This is balance. So I love that justice is in between the King of Pentagrams and the 10 of chalice or goblets here, because you need to find that balance between things of this world, tangible things, your that money, that all of that stuff, plus your emotions and your relationships. You need to have that beautiful balance. Next, we have why is this the message? We have the darkness and Sam Winchester. So, in the beginning of creation, as it states in the Bible, right, there was light and dark. And so in this show, we have God and Amara, the light and the dark. So they're cosmic siblings, and they exist alone under God, created by archangels, right? And with that, we see the mark of Cain here. Now, this dark cloud of Amara, her true form, is caught in the storm around you. As it settles, you observe the relationship, right, with new clarity, because she sees clarity towards the end, because all she feels is wrath that her brother locked her away, basically, and she felt like he didn't care for her. But even towards the end, she just always had that love for her brother, God. And knowing that the separation was essential for her growth. So even though the road is rocky, at the end, she finds peace and you'll find peace in this balance. And I love how Sam Winchester is also part of this spread, because just like Amara and God, you have Sam and Dean, two brothers. Dean is the older brother, felt always that he has to protect his younger brother because that's literally what his father placed upon him. And Sam is always trying to, one, through Sam's struggles, that he is good, even though he had darkness within him, especially throughout his storyline. So seeing Sam Winchester is your reassurance on how uniquely special you are, and that you're valued, and all that you provide to the world, and you see yourself through the eyes of the people that love you the most. And this is where you accept yourself in, and you bring out what other people need, even though you can't truly see it right then and there. What a beautiful spread, finding balance between the dark and the light, and not being under the shadow of maybe your older brother. Beautiful, perfect, chef's kiss. I couldn't ask for a better bunch of cards to pull on the 20th anniversary of Supernatural. The supernatural is all around us. That is the whole point of this podcast. This podcast is for you to find the magic in your mundane, to trust that you are the magic. And even when the world seems like a hot dumpster fire, because it always will seem that way, there's always a spark of light. And you may be that spark of light. You don't even know your impact on someone that you're passing down the street. So in this little episode, I hope it finds you well. I hope just a cutesy little break. I really enjoy bringing all of this to you. And as always, if you have any suggestions or topics on what you would like to hear next, shoot me a DM. All of the links are in the show notes. And just know that I love to see you here, or know that you are here, especially when I look at stats. And I really do enjoy all of this. Thank you so much for supporting me. I do have a Patreon that will help support this podcast. It is a labor of love, and I do pour not just my heart, soul, and energy into it, but dollar bills as well. So you can help support me by becoming a Patreon member, booking a reading, booking a Reiki session. And all right, you know what? I love y'all. I love community and family because we're here for each other. It's the family business. All right, gorgeous souls. Until next time, I will see you at the crossroads. Thank you for listening to this episode of Susie's Enchanted Crossroads. I'd love to hear what resonated with you, so don't be shy. Tap the links in the show notes to send a message or share your thoughts. Make sure you leave a review because your voice helps this community grow and guides others to find this podcast and their magic. Want even more enchantment between episodes? Sign up for my weekly newsletter for rituals, energy tips, and exclusive updates. And don't forget to follow me on my socials on Instagram and TikTok for your daily doses of magic, silliness, and behind the scene moments. If you felt a little magic today, share this episode with a friend who might need it. And until next time, I will see you at the crossroads.